So, I haven't done a video in a while. Um, I guess I'm just not deciding to do one. I don't know, I procrastinate a lot. I've been really meaning to do some videos. I've been meaning to just kind of update you guys on what's been going on. And then sometimes I feel like I have a lot to talk about, and other times I feel like I don't have a lot to talk about. But I'm going to try and get these. These might be, if it sounds a little segmented, whenever I get done. I'm doing it on my different breaks at work, so it's kind of like I have to pause in between topics or whatever have you. So, but yeah, so I guess we'll get started. It's been some months. So things have been a little frustrating lately regarding my top surgery. Coming into the new year, I had a plan, a set plan. Things did not go as planned at all, which is normally how things go. So trying to kind of figure out how to maneuver from that, since my plans kind of fell through. And then also as well, I'm still doing the car wash to help raise funds for it. But the problem with that is that's been a major stressor, because the first, I had it scheduled like on March 23rd, I want to say, and then it rained that day, and then I rescheduled it for this upcoming Saturday, the 13th, but it's projected to rain again. So I'm just like, so both of those, I was just feeling like really, the word that's popping into my mind is downtrodden, but that's not the word I want to use. It's another D word. I can't really remember at the moment, but it really just kind of deflated me, and I guess just kind of, it's like it's just causing me to kind of like really scramble and just kind of reach for anything, to any kind of grasp to get some kind of funds to get this kind of going. But I don't know, like my mom and my friends, they keep on saying, just be patient, just wait. So I'm having to reschedule. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna plan to do it next Saturday. It's not supposed to rain, so hopefully we can go ahead and get that done. And my mom and my friends, they keep saying, hey, just wait until the car wash. You can actually see how much money you pull in, and then you can put that together with whatever you've saved, and then you can kind of see what you need to do next, whether you need to do a loan or whatever have you, or all that. So it's just a lot, and it just makes me frustrated, because it's just like, guys, I just want this done like already. Like I really was shooting for May to get it done, but it's more than likely not gonna happen in May. Well, it's not gonna happen in May, but and now I'm just kind of really shooting for June, but I don't know, I'm just really praying that everything kind of falls into place. And I know with the rain and with plans being thrown off and things like that, it really kind of threw a wrench in my plans, and it really kind of deflated my confidence a bit, and just it kind of was like, oh, like when is this gonna happen? And it just, I don't know, some days are tougher than others, and really all just regarding my top area. It's getting to be a lot, because I bind, and then I also use tape to bind down, tape that's specifically made to bind. But with that adhesive being on your skin, that strong of an adhesive being on your skin all the time, it itches really bad. I mean, I'm itching so much to the point where I'm breaking skin. Like I'm scratching myself, and I'm bleeding, and sometimes when I take the tape off, it rips off, like it'll take parts of skin with it. And so it's just I'm just like, God, I'm tired, honestly. I'm really tired, and I'm really ready to get this over with. It's becoming physically demanding, it's becoming mentally demanding, and I'm really ready to just get it over with. And I don't see how people can bind like for years on end, and I can't. And it really kind of scares me, because it's kind of like with the financial situation that I'm in, and just from past mistakes involving my credit and stuff like that, I'm kind of in a position to where I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's hard for me to kind of maneuver or move or get certain finances that I need, that if everything were intact, if I had been on top of, if I had been more diligent about my financial status, and been more aware of the things that I am now when I was younger, I probably would have been in a position to go ahead get it out the way and knock it out and have easily gotten funds. So it's kind of it is daunting, and it can be tiresome, and it can be, and I still can't think of the word I'm trying to say. But anyway, it just you guys get the picture. It's but and I'm just saying all that to say it's a big contrast from the euphoria, the ecstaticness that is that a word? The happiness I was feeling and the momentum I was feeling, especially when I was getting donations and certain like that. And thank you to everybody who has donated. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I don't want to sound anything like it. It's just kind of threw me off because, you know, it didn't go. Things aren't going the way that I planned. But I try to remind myself it will get done. It'll get done, and everything will work out. Everything will work out in the end, no matter how long it takes. God willing, I pray it does not take longer than this year. But in the event that it does, everything will work out. It's times like these I wish I just had like either rich family members or rich friends. You wish you could I wish I could just borrow a big lump sum of money from somebody I was close to, or somebody in my family, or a friend or something like that, because I'd much rather pay back a family member as opposed to getting a loan out of a bank and paying a loan back. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with that. Also, I might go ahead and drop the sign up link. I don't know if anybody's watching, if you want to go ahead and sign up, because I am still needing volunteers for the car wash. And I guess if you just want to donate any supplies or monetary, you know, anything like that. So yeah. So that is, sorry, I'm trying to watch the time to make sure I'm still 12:17. Okay, I got probably about 10 minutes. Okay, before I got to cut it off and come back. Another update. Last Friday, I went and filed a petition to get my gender identifier changed on all my government IDs and stuff like that. Turned that in. That process was stressful. I don't like being in situations where I don't know anything. I don't like being in new environments where I'm not familiar with it. I don't know anything, and then it's not somebody there who is very, very helpful in guiding me, or kind of, I'm a very literal person, so with instructions, it's kind of like I need, okay, you got to do this, and this, and that's what I'm looking for whenever I ask people for help. And so if their answers are kind of vague, or just not as in depth or as concise as I like them to be, I tend to ask the same question to different people. Or so anyway, it was being in a hole, because I had to go down to the courthouse downtown. Being in that environment, period. I don't like police, period. And or let me not say period. I've met some amazing police women and men in my lifetime. It's just generally I shy away. I don't want no issues. I don't want you messing with me. I don't want to mess with you. So so just being in that environment had me nervous, going all over the place. I mean, because I didn't realize that it would be like one thing I would need. I'd have to go print something off, so I'd have to go to the library that was on one floor, and then they'd be like, okay, well, you got to go get this, and that's on another floor. And so I'm rushing it, and I did it after work, so it was kind of pushing time to the time that they were kind of closing. So I'm rushing around, and I had my daughter with me, and it was a lot going on, and I didn't have anybody there who was kind of like, okay, here's what we need to do, here's what we need to do, here's what we need to do. And then I kind of feel like, I don't know, like people over there, it's kind of like they kind of give you, or even I would say like some people, because I'm in this group on Facebook, Pathfinders, and there's also another one that's specific to like name and gender identifier changers, but I forgot about that group, so I mainly kind of posted for help probably a while ago within Pathfinders. And sometimes, and this is just sometimes with people within the group, or even like people I interacted with in the courthouse, I don't like it when people, it's kind of like whenever you're asking a question, they respond with the kind of attitude or demeanor of, you should already know this, or when they're saying it, it's kind of like they're annoyed that you're even asking the question. And for me, I know I have a short temper, so and a lot of times I won't really like somebody's delivery, so I can come back kind of snappy, or I can come back aggressive, and so I've tried to refrain from doing that, because I know that people aren't willing to help you, and they're not going to help you if you start going off or doing all this or feeling some type of way. So I've kind of held that at bay. But I just don't like I don't like when people do that, period, because it's kind of like, yes, this may be something that you feel like maybe I should know, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? And different people know different things. So if somebody's asking, I wouldn't be asking you in the first place if I knew. Like that. So you acting like I should already know, or being kind of short, or being short term. I don't like that shit. And so that's kind of pissed me off, because it's kind of like the people who I feel like I should be able to go to and actually get help, or who aren't patient with me and asking my questions, even if it's the same question over and over. I don't like that. I feel like I can't go to those people. So then it's kind of like I feel like I'm just kind of left on my own, and that's been something that's really been irritating. I don't really like that. But anyway, hopefully this will be over soon. So I filed the petition. I think I got everything I need together, and then I also have to send off a copy of my fingerprints and the petition to the DPS in Austin. And then at that point, I've set up an appointment to see the judge on May 6th. So then at that point, I would go to see the judge, and I would bring, I believe, 2 physician letters and a copy of my fingerprints, and also what's called a final order, which I think is like, it's another petition, but it's more like the back end, like the end petition, I guess. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this stuff at all. I'm not law, criminal, petitions, all that kind of shit. That is not my forte, and I don't enjoy it, and I'm not well versed in it at all. But anyway, so I go see the judge. I guess he'll kind of go over it, and then he'll grant whether or not I get to change my government documentation from female to male, which I looked up my judge, and he was on the friendly list. And then I also spoke with somebody else who got their gender identifier changed within Dallas County, and they had the same judge, so they said I should be fine. They said everything should go smoothly. I was a little apprehensive about doing it in Dallas County at first anyway. Most people go to Travis County, which is slightly out of Austin, I want to say, or it's within the Austin area. Most people go through there. They're more streamlined. They're equipped. They're more knowledgeable about it. They even have, I want to say, they've even just appointed a clerk who just strictly handles name change and gender identifier changes. So it's not as popular or primary within Dallas. So I was kind of concerned, am I gonna have a harder time? Are they gonna deny me? Are they gonna all these things that I was worried about, but I didn't really want to have to take the time to travel to Travis County. So but turns out you can do it online. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So but I'm pretty positive that things will go smooth and it'll be all right, and I should get that going, and that way I can go ahead and get my driver's license, get that F changed to M, because Jesus, I can feel my patience wearing thinner. Just with a lot of the stuff, with a lot of the misgendering, with a lot of the, especially when it comes to my ID. I ended up having to, last month I went and took a new picture for my driver's license, because my old picture, I've used that one since I was like 18. I hadn't changed it since I was 18, so obviously I still look like a female. And a lot of times, most people wouldn't say anything about it, or most people don't even notice. It's like if you go into the gas station trying to buy some tobacco or something like that, most people are just really looking at, or alcohol or something. Most people just look at the birthday, and that's really all they're looking for, and that's it. Others, they take the time to stop and look at the photo, and then I even had a couple people ask, well, what are you doing, or this isn't you, or this is, and I just kind of got tired of all that. So I'm like, let me just at least go and change the picture, and because the gender mark on there is fairly small, so honestly, if you're really not looking for it, you should really only be looking at the picture and for the birthday. So since I've gotten that changed, that's gotten a little easier. But there are times where if I have to go through and apply for something, or just do different things, and they have to in-depth look at my ID, or they see it a lot. And one thing that irritates me, what people do is, it's like the beginning of the interactions, they'll start off addressing me as sir or he or him, and then it's like once they see my ID and they see the F, then they switch over to she or ma'am, and I get how it can be confusing. I get how it may portray, and you might not be quite sure as to what to refer to me as. I get that. But to me, if you started off with sir, go ahead and end with sir. And clearly, I present myself as a male, so you saying she, or and I get it. Everybody's not knowledgeable. Some people have never even heard of transgender people. Cool. To me, just I don't know. I guess I'm not on the other end, so I can't speak to it. But to me, honestly, it just makes the person look dumb as fuck, in my opinion. Because it's like when you're referring to me to somebody else, and you're saying she or whatever, it's kind of like, well, why are you referring? You know what I'm saying? It just, to me, it just makes you look stupid. So it's kind of like if you started off with sir, start off with that and end with it, and just, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to even make it a big deal or switch it up, or, you know, then I had to say something, or I don't know. And I kind of feel my patience wearing thin, I guess, with it all. And I'm trying not to. And I know that a part of that is just because of, you know, the stressors that I am going through, trying to get this top surgery, all those things. I know all that is playing a factor into it. So I get it, but I don't know. I really feel, I feel my patience wearing thinner. Like the other day, I was at my mom's house, and I think my brother had used she, and then my stepdad had used she, and we were talking about doing something, and I was like, you know, hold on. I said, first off, we need to just stop right now, and let's stop using she. First of all, let's get that underway. And I know it kind of came out a little aggressive, and I try, like I said, I've tried to be patient with people, and I feel like I have, and for the most part, especially, you know, the people who like I said, I can tell who are really trying. I can see when you're really trying, and whenever they slip up, I just, you know, simply slide in. Like, somebody could be like, yeah, you know, she, and I'll just be like he, and then, you know, and a lot of times, you know, people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, you don't have to apologize, I'm not saying it to criticize or to scold you or anything like that. No, I'm just, you know, I'm just simply sliding it in, correct it, and we can move on with the conversation. But I don't know, I can just, like I said, I can just kind of feel myself, I can feel the patience growing very thinner with that. And a part of me is, and I had made a Facebook post a while back, because I do realize, let me back up, because a part of me is feeling like once I get this top surgery, honestly, anybody who's not already on board, or if I can tell that you're not one of those people who diligently tries to respect it, and things of that nature, if you never even referred to me as he, honestly, I kind of feel like just cutting those people off after my top surgery. Just like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Either you're gonna get on board or you're not. You can go to the side. I don't have to fucking talk to you again, and that just be that. If you can't refer to me as what I need to be referred as, then I just don't need to speak to you, period. But one thing I have noticed, I'm trying to shy away from that mindset, because one thing I have noticed, the more time I spend around people, the more comfortable, because I get that it's uncomfortable. I get that it's weird. You're like, oh, why am I saying this? Why am I referring to you? I get how I can feel uncomfortable at first, but the more that you're around people, and the more they get used to saying it, the more natural it becomes, and before you know it, they're not thinking about it anymore, and it's easier. So I try and, just like I'm spending more time with, because I live with one of my twin brothers, I'm spending more time with him and my best friend, and my best friend already refers to the correct pronouns, but by her doing that, and by us being around him, it's gotten easier for him to refer to me as he or him, or, you know, or for him to better correct himself whenever he does slip up, and he's like, oh, or he, or, you know. So I feel like I need to give people a chance and stop shying away from people, because I noticed that I have been shying away from people. It's kind of like, oh, if you can't really refer to me as the right thing, I'd rather not feel uncomfortable, because in my mind it's kind of like I go through this whole anxiety. Oh, should I say something? Should I correct them? Oh, should I not? Oh, what is everybody else thinking around me? Because I know they heard she too, and it's like, are they waiting for me to say something? It's just a lot, and I'd rather not feel that. So, but one thing that I realized, that one thing that my cousin told me, that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's that's what growth is about. When you're growing, when you're transitioning in anything, it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's not supposed to feel okay. It's not supposed to feel familiar. It's supposed to feel new and foreign and uncomfortable, and that's how you know that you're growing into something new. So I try to remind myself of that, and I try not to shy away from people and give them the chance to be around me and to get used to it. So slowly dealing with that, trying to break that. All right, so I'm back. I'm on my second break. That's probably why you notice I don't have the glasses on anymore. I didn't even realize I had glasses on in the last one I did. But anyway, so I guess the last thing I want to talk about for this video, I do have a lot to talk about, but I kind of want to stretch it out so that I have enough videos to kind of keep you guys going. I do need to get better about doing these videos, and actually I kind of, once I get this top surgery out the way, I feel like that'll be so much better, because I feel like I'll be able to focus on a lot of the things that I want to do. I really want to kind of get this YouTube thing going. I really want to start public speaking. I really want to get into the community, start doing things like that. So I feel like once I'm able to get all of my attention off of my chest, I'll be able to fully kind of focus on other things that I really want to do. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, anyway, so I guess one of the last things I wanted to talk about is, and disclaimer, this is talking about genitalia. In no way is this sexual in nature, but if anybody's watching, I don't know if my parents in particular, I don't know, they get real weird about anything genitalia and sex and all that, but it's not having to do with sex. But anyway, so I think initially I was against getting a penis. I feel like that surgery is and I don't even know all of the ins and outs. I think it's more than one. I know that you have to do like skin grafts. You have to take like a part of either your thigh or your arm or something like that, and I'm really terrified to do that, because that just seems like, I mean, I've seen pictures and it's like it can be just tender to the touch, and I'm just like, I wouldn't even know how I would maneuver. Like, how would I wear pants? How would I, I don't, it just seems very, very painful. It seems like it's more painful than the top surgery, to be honest, and I'm kind of scared about that. I feel like that's going to be really painful. Not fairly, it's going to be painful, but but then I also learned that there is two ways that you can do it. One way that they do it, and this is so that you're able to actually pee out of it, and I'm not sure if well, again, I don't know, this is all I know. So one way, you elongate the clitoris, and I believe with that way, though, I believe that way is much more invasive, and I think you run the risk of not even being able to orgasm again, and I really wasn't down with that. But then I found out that there's another way that you can do it, where you actually keep your vagina, and then they just they still have to take skin or whatever to construct the penis, but they attach it to you kind of above your vagina, so you're not elongating your clitoris, and you won't be able to pee out of it, but you will be able to get hard. They implant this device in your balls to where you squeeze it, so whenever you squeeze it, then you become erect. I feel like that one's much less invasive. I feel like that one would be less painful, and I could still get an orgasm if I wanted to. Well, who doesn't want to? Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. So I think I am, I don't know, I think I am getting to the point, because before it didn't really matter to me. It wasn't important to me, but here lately it has, and I think I'm kind of starting to catch on and get the feeling that throughout this whole process, certain things and thoughts are going to evolve within me, to where I might not have wanted something previously, but now I do, or now I feel the need that I do, or as I get certain things knocked out of the way, something new might pop up on the list, and I think that this is just one of them. Again, I'd have to look into it. I'd have to ask questions. I don't know what the recovery time would be. Ideally, I think after I get my top surgery, it would be the best time to do it, because at that point, I want to say it'd be covered, if not 90%, 100. So it's kind of like take advantage of it now, or kind of wait, because a part of me just kind of wanted to wait a couple years. I kind of want to see what they develop medically to improve upon the procedure, or I kind of want to, I don't know, see if I really want to do it. So I don't know, but I know I'm starting to grow the increasing feeling of wanting to how do I put this, fully feel like a man, wanting to fully have all of those things, wanting to just wake up in the morning and not having to attach anything, not having to put on anything extra, not having, just simply my body being enough for me. So I don't know if that kind of plays into that part. I don't know. And I recently thought about, sorry, I'm all over the place with my thoughts and my words, but I don't know, because I think I do want a penis, but it's kind of like if I were to get a penis, I would want to be able to pee out of it. But that procedure just seems so invasive and risky. I don't know. I have to look more into it. But I have started recently looking into stand to pee devices and packers. Packers are soft penises that you pack with, so that you have the natural bulge look. And stand to pees are basically, they're a penis that you can connect to, you can pee out of. So if you're at a urinal or whatever, you can pee through your penis. Started looking into that. I really wasn't too much concerned with that as well until recently. I just I don't know, because normally when I use the restroom, we have single stalls at work, so I'm in there by myself, and we do have multiples, but I rarely, if ever, go into those, because my whole thing is, I know that while some people in the company probably have met me this way or have seen me this way, so they know me as a male, I know that there are other people who knew me as a female. So it's kind of like, I don't know if some of the guys are gonna feel weird or whatever if they see me in the bathroom. So I just stick to myself. But I recently did a ride along or a job shadow for this position that I want to get once it opens, and it's one of those adjuster positions, so where you go out, you look at properties, you're standing on the roof, inspecting and giving estimates and shit like that. So I was on one of a ride along. This is, I want to say, last Friday or Friday before last, and we had a break, and we had a break on one of them, and we decided to go to the Walmart to all use the restroom. So I'm with these two guys. We go into the restroom. I go into a stall, and I sit down, and they're at the urinals, and I try and and when I was in there, I stood front facing the toilet for a while, because I was like, shit. I was like, I don't want them to notice my feet turn the other way. I don't want them. It was just nerve-wracking. I was like, shit, what I do? And I'm sitting over trying to I was like, is there a way I can turn my body but keep my feet facing straight? And it was just too much. So eventually I just turned around, I sat down, and I peed. And I'm like, okay, they should be kind of gone by now. So I ended up coming out, and one of the guys was still in there. Or I guess he was kind of about to walk out, but kind of in, I guess, kind of checking to see, was I coming? And he was like, oh, you good, man? He's like, I thought you was about to take shit. I was like, oh, no. I was like, I thought about it. I was like, I was about to, but I changed my mind. I was like, I'm good. He's like, you sure? I'm good. I was like, I'm good. And so that just kind of made me, because in my head, when I had eventually sat down, I was like, ain't nobody paying attention. I was like, nobody's going to look at your feet. Like, you're good. But he looked at my feet, and he saw they were facing the wrong way. So I'm just like, so now I kind of want to dive into the stand to pee devices. But I shied away from those because I've heard they can be messy. I've heard that they're kind of hard to get a hang of, and I'm just like, I don't want to be having no accidents at work or something. It's like I'm gonna have to bring an extra change of clothes, and it was just a lot. So I'm just like, I am gonna get one. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna have to, I guess, work with it in the shower or something to perfect it, because I can't have no accidents at work. So yeah, but I'm looking at getting that, kind of seeing how that feels, and I guess look more into I want to say it's called phalloplasty. whenever you get a penis. So I think I might look into that. I don't know. I guess this process it's new. It's new for everybody else, and it's new for me. I'm finding new things out about myself. I'm realizing I want things that I previously didn't want, or things that are gonna help me feel fulfilled and full, and it's a learning process, but it's a process nonetheless, and I am thankful. My year anniversary on testosterone is next month on the 24th. I am so happy and thankful to be here. This last year has been it's been everything. It's been eye-opening. It's been wonderful. It's been great. It's been tumultuous. It's been stressful. It's been all of those things, but I wouldn't trade it in order, because I'm way better off than what I was, and I'm so thankful that my body's reacting well to it. Like my voice isn't as deep as I feel like I want it to be, but I feel like it is getting deeper. I feel like my facial hair is really coming. I've been trying to put on this hair growth, this beard oil on my stuff. It's really growing in, because I know some guys, they've been on it a year and a half, 2 years, and they barely have facial hair, and their voices are still high as hell, and I'm just like, thank God it's not me. So, I'm doing better, living good, trying to live great. But so yeah, I think that's it for this update. I will try and get you guys some other videos coming soon. Please do not hold me to it. Like I said, I am a procrastinator, but I am going to get better about these, and I'm going to try and do one. They say make your goals realistic. We're going to try and do one every 2 weeks, but in the event that it turns out to be more than that and gets on a better schedule, that's even great. That's even better. So, but yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, you can leave comments on the bottom. Be sure you subscribe. And yeah, so see you guys later.